Hello, everyone. I'm Elaine Forbes, and I'm the Executive Director of the Port of San Francisco. It's really great to see you all here today. We're celebrating a 10-year endeavor, 12 years by some count, that has brought us here today to a really historic day to celebrate the work that the city has performed with our partner, the San Francisco Giants, to bring a new mixed-income neighborhood to the waterfront. And we've also had the very helpful support of many people from the community. We all know that the late Mayor Lee would have enjoyed being here today. He was the biggest supporter of the city. He was an advocate for the project. And I believe, Mr. Baer, he may have been one of the Giants' #1 fans. So we reflect on Mayor Lee and his legacy today, and I know he would have been proud to see us all here today. This project is a project that will help build a waterfront for everyone, and it will deliver benefits to our city residents for decades to come. The residents of San Francisco and the state will enjoy 8 new acres of open space, the rehabilitation of Pier 48, thousands of new affordable homes, 40% of which will be affordable, along our waterfront, and much more. The project has created all of these benefits while recognizing the future challenges of sea level rise. The site is adaptable to end-century sea level rise, and very happily for us, it provides an ongoing source of revenue to adapt other areas for the waterfront in a shoreline tax. This project was done the San Francisco way, of course, as a team effort. And we are not surprised by how many port tenants and 3-time world champion San Francisco Giants led our team. Thank you to the Giants, to Larry Baer, to Jack Baer, to Fran Weld, to John Norp, and to so many others from our hometown team for leading a really excellent gold standard community project. The Giants are in the long game in this community, and it certainly showed in this effort. The project also ensures a diverse community, and in our planning, we heard from many voices on how the future of the waterfront should be prepared, and that included the Central Waterfront Advisory Group, the Mission Bay Citizens Advisory Group, the South Beach Rincon Mission Bay Neighborhood Association. They participated in every step of the plan, and I see many of our resident stakeholders here today, including Miss Katie Liddell and Alice Rogers and Bruce, and so many others that participated. Sunny Schwartz is here today. There also were many city agencies that collaborated, and I need to say thank you, first and foremost, to OEWD, to Ken Rich, and to Todd Rufo, and to Adam Vandewater. And we also will remember today Jennifer Matz. She had huge vision for our waterfront, and she had big enthusiasm for this site. And today we recognize her work effort, and her can-do attitude is coming together today. The mayor's office played an integral role in this project to create all the public benefits supported by housing, the housing program, the transportation program, and onward. I really think that this project is emblematic of what can be achieved through a public-private partnership. And then we had the great leadership of our district supervisor, Supervisor Jane Kim. You were very dedicated to this project throughout, and you challenged our team to deliver more affordable housing, and we have done so. With a decade in the making, this project has had the support of the mayor and now Lieutenant Governor Mayor Newsom, the late Mayor Lee, Acting Mayor Breed, who helped us finalize the legislation, and now Mayor Farrell. This, again, has been, Mayor Farrell has supported this project for nearly 2 terms while on the Board of Supervisors. So we're so happy to have him sign the legislation today and to celebrate many years of hard work, and to thank our city family. Welcome, Mr. Mayor, Mayor Farrell.
Thank you, Elaine, and congratulations to you. So I am excited to be here to celebrate the signing of this legislation. Let's be clear, though, we all really want to talk about the World Series coming up here to San Francisco. I know it is an even year, but I'm just here to say congratulations. First of all, Elaine, congratulations to you and the entire Port team for all of your hard work, and to Larry, to you and your team and the San Francisco Giants for all of your hard work. This is really emblematic of the best of a collective planning process that we have here in the city of San Francisco. This is a city agency willing to be creative with a ton of support and a willing and engaged local partner in the Giants to really come here to celebrate this today. But it's because of the Port and the Giants and their hard work that we are really here today celebrating what is going to be an amazing project. And as you think about this project itself, 21 acres is going to be redone, 1,500 new housing units, 40% that are affordable. And again, congratulations to Supervisor Kim on her hard work on making that happen. 8 acres of new open space. You know, we're going to have now teachers and nurses and firefighters and police officers living there. Our transitional age youth are going to be living there. This is a big deal for the city of San Francisco and really a huge part of what Mayor Lee was pushing for and all of the new housing units, both market rate and affordable, that he has been pushing for as mayor. And also transportation improvements. You think about the T3 line, the $40 million that's going to go in there, the new Mission Bay ferry terminal, which is going to be an amazing resource for the neighborhood, as well as workforce development. $1 million for workforce development to make sure that we have the children that are growing up in our neighborhoods, that they can come and work on our neighborhoods and they're ready for the job force and the job skills that they need moving forward. So I'm just here to say congratulations to everybody. A number of people to additionally thank. First of all, mention the Giants and the Port. I do want to thank the entire Board of Supervisors and President Breed for all their work. A huge thanks to Assemblymember David Chu for his hard work in state legislation that he pushed forward that allowed it to happen. Other city departments, to Todd Rufo and your department, where are you, Todd? Right here. To John Ram and planning, Ed Riskin and our MTA, as well as Muhammad Nuru and DBW. This was really a collective effort from the city family. And as Elaine mentioned, a huge thanks to our now Lieutenant Governor, Gavin Newsom, who as mayor worked on this for a number of years, and also especially, I think, in closing, to our late Mayor Ed Lee, who worked very, very hard on this for his entire time in office. And I just think he would be very proud of being here today. So congratulations, everyone.
Well, thank you, Elaine, and thank you, Mayor Farrell. I'm Larry Baer from the Giants, and I have to say this is truly an exciting day for this organization. As has been mentioned, it was a decade in the making. I think actually a little north of a decade, 11 or 12 years. I was just sitting here thinking, you know, nobody on the Giants roster right now was actually on the roster when we started this project. I believe Bruce Bochy was a rookie manager at the time for the Giants. And, but really valuable, important projects are worth taking the time and being very carefully done. And I have to, there's a number of people we want to thank because they led with their hearts in making this project happen. They understood the vision, saw the vision, and led with their hearts. It's really a profound statement when a mixed-use project can garner 74% of the voters' support in this community, which was the case in the election 2 years ago, and unanimous support from every commission and every board. And again, many of you who we will talk about were part of that, of garnering that support and leading. Without the folks that we're going to mention today, this would not have happened. It would not have been possible. It would not have been able to come together. What we're really most proud of is the creation, taking a surface parking lot, what we used to characterize as a windswept surface parking lot, and creating a new dynamic neighborhood from that parking lot, which we believe will serve as a central gathering place, a central hub for the surrounding community, for the Mission Bay community. The partnership grew upon the creativity and expertise of thousands of creative people, dedicated people in this planning process, including our neighbors, which we will talk about. So leading off the thank yous, I'd like to thank the project team who worked very hard, diligently, long hours, lending their expertise in urban planning, engineering, architecture, sustainability, finance, legal work to create this top-notch project that meets the values of our community. Mention the neighbors and the community-based organizations. Many are here in the audience today. They've been a voice for the project from the very beginning and will continue to be part of the legacy. Now, the city departments. The city departments have been quite amazing, led by the Port of San Francisco, the Mayor's Office of Economic and Workforce Development, the City Attorney's Office, the Planning Department, DPW, MTA, all unbelievably collaborative in their work with us through this long process. I want to specifically acknowledge Port Director Elaine Forbes for her amazing work in helping bring this project to fruition. Commission President Kim Brandon, where is Kim? So Kim Brandon, unlike any of the Giants players or Bruce Bochy, did precede this project. Kim Brandon has been, and I just did a fact check because I don't want any fake news here, 20 years on the San Francisco Port Commission, and look at all the progress and look what's happened to the port through her 2 decades of service. Thank you, Kim, for all your service. And finally, the city's leadership I'd like to talk about. A heartfelt thank you to our District Supervisor, Jane Kim, who authored the Mission Rock legislation and has taken a personal interest in this project from day one. Huge thanks to Board President London Breed for her longtime support of Mission Rock and for keeping our project on track during crucial moments. Thank you to David Chu for spearheading the state legislation, as Mayor Farrell mentioned, that enabled us to develop this innovative project. And finally, I want to acknowledge our friend, our late Mayor Ed Lee. Very bittersweet here without him. One of the project's biggest supporters, was with us from day one. We are eternally grateful for his leadership and support, and we miss him every day. Thank you, Mayor Farrell, for making this historic moment for Mission Rock come true. We are thrilled to move closer to the groundbreaking and closer to realizing the vision of all of us here for this project. A decade in the making, and now the fun begins. Thank you so much.
Hello, everybody. My name is London Breed. I'm president of the San Francisco Board of Supervisors, and I am so excited to be here today. As a former San Francisco Redevelopment Agency commissioner, I know how long these projects, these major infill projects can take. I mean, but looking at Mission Bay and looking at what we're doing with the shipyard and watching as this entire neighborhood change and provides more businesses, more housing, more parks, this is really a crown jewel for this particular area, and I just want to thank the Giants for investing in this project, for working with the city, for working with the port. Elaine, you're an amazing leader, and I also got to thank Kimberly Brandon and the members of the Port Commission who spent countless hours listening to public comment, arguing over the details, getting the criticism, and look at what we have here today. An amazing project that is doing something that we need to do all over the city and county of San Francisco. Provide 40% affordable housing for low, moderate, and middle income families in San Francisco. How exciting is that? People who make up to 150% AMI, and when we think about it, we think, well, that's a lot of money, and it's not a lot of money here in San Francisco. Those families still can't afford market rate housing in San Francisco. It includes some of the city employees. It includes some of the ballpark workers. I want to see those ballpark workers walking right across from their housing in that parking lot into the ballpark. Is that a promise? Yes. The members of Local 2 and the folks who make San Francisco such a great place. So this is a wonderful day, and I'm excited, and I'm grateful to my colleagues on the Board of Supervisors, including Mayor Farrell, and I see Supervisor Yee as well as Supervisor Kim, who will be speaking in a minute, and Supervisor Jeff Sheehy. We all care so deeply about making San Francisco such a wonderful place for each and every one of us, providing more housing, providing spaces like this on the waterfront that are going to be beautiful and accessible to so many with its parks and everything else. is going to be something that is going to be truly amazing for the city and county of San Francisco, and I look forward to that. Thank you to all the community activists and the folks who are part of the neighborhood. I know Sonny Swartz has been a part of this project from day one. Here we are, finally, 10 years later. Now let's try to make sure some of the future projects don't take this long. Thank you all so much.
So good afternoon, and it is really incredibly exciting to be here today after the years, as Larry and Mayor Mark Farrell have mentioned, that have gone into making this project a reality. You know, the portion of the project that I'm obviously the proudest of is that this is the first project in San Francisco that is committed to a record percentage of 40% affordable and middle-income housing. And I really want to thank the Giants for stepping up and being a leader for San Francisco. This is our home team, and they demonstrated their commitment to San Franciscans by saying that we are going to make sure that San Franciscans get to live by our team, by our ballpark, and root for us when we make it to the championships. But I just want to say that a lot of work went into that process. And this is, I mean, I should probably ask someone this. This is really one of the first projects that didn't use redevelopment that built such a large percentage of units for middle-income housing. As President Breed mentioned, households that make between $80,000 and $150,000 a year. And I want to recognize the Teachers Union, the Council of Community Housing Organizations, Bishop and South of Market Community Action Network, and Local 2 that really helped us, I mean, just literally number by number over hours in the course of the night, craft a compromise that would pencil out. And of course, I want to recognize the port and the city for sharing the value that would be generated by this land to build more housing for our residents. And I think that that is important to mention. This is a partnership between the city and the Giants, and we are sharing that value to make sure that our residents can live here. I wanted to also take a moment to thank our community residents who are also here, who have worked on the sidelines of this to ensure that this is a neighborhood that they want to be a part of. So I see Corinne Woods, the chair of Mission Bay Citizens Advisory Committee. Everyone clearly knows her here. Sonny Swartz, Alice Rogers, part of the South Beach Rincon Hill Mission Bay Neighborhood Association, Bruce Agid, also a member of the organization, and Katie Lydell, who is not here, chairs the organization as well. I talked a lot about the affordable housing, but this is a mixed-use development project that is going to provide retail and small businesses, amenity, open space, the type of neighborhood that is incredibly exciting to move to, but also for our residents who have been there for a very long time, additional amenities that we greatly need for the Mission Bay neighborhood. Finally, I just want to thank the city for all of your work. And actually, the hard work begins now. We got to make sure we can get that infrastructure in the ground so those thousands of units of housing that the city sorely need can get built. Thank you, everyone, for making this a home run for San Francisco.
Thank you to everyone who spoke today. I understand now we have the honor of signing this legislation. Mr. Mayor and Larry Baer, President Breed.
All right, we ready to roll? All right. Congratulations, everyone.